Greetings, every peoples. This is your cult of personality here. ToonKritic's the name, and tunes are the name of my game. And yeah, I'm a little late to the party on this one. Well, there's been a lot going on behind the scenes, and as you can see, I have a new form to work with thanks to HyperForceGo. I'll be using this for my non-pony stuff just to make it easier for, well, all my non-brony fans. Now that the hype has died down and I'm now able to focus on reviews again, let's get right back into the groove of things with Disney's supposed love letter to the furry community, Zootopia, a movie like nothing we've ever seen before. You think Jason Bateman cringed saying that line for the trailer? Anyway, let's dive in. For those who don't know the story, Zootopia is about, well, Zootopia. It's a place where animals from predators to prey can live together in harmony. And it really is nicely summed up in the beginning, too. It focuses on Officer Judy Hopps, voiced by Jennifer Goodwin, who hopes to make a name for herself in Zootopia as the first bunny cop, going up against all sorts of forms of prejudice and discrimination and racism and all these other things that we'll dive into a little bit later. And she ends up getting a big case and a big lead, working alongside a con artist fox named Nick Wilde, voiced by Jason Bateman, and together, well, it's a buddy cop movie. They gotta figure out what's going on behind the scenes with all these predators mysteriously disappearing. Before we go any further, I want to clear something up. Before this movie came out, there were so many people saying, "Oh, Zootopia was made for furries," and "Oh, the furry fan base will ruin Zootopia with all of its porn." It doesn't matter. Disney has been a part of the furry community for years. We've had our fair share of, gateway furries, so don't try and pretend they're only just doing this now, when they've been doing this for years. Oh, and also, if you're making yourself a Zootopia Sona, you're a furry. Welcome to the club. I noticed that Disney's gotten a lot better with building bigger cities, as we saw in Big Hero 6, and in Zootopia, I've heard that it's like their biggest film visually. It really shows with all the different locations, all the different types of characters, right down to, I think the hairs on the fur and all of it. It's very impressive. When it comes to Zootopia, a lot of people talk about how this movie handles gender roles, prejudice, and racism. I find this very fitting, not just for today because it's topical, but if you pick this up at any time, it still shows that we're pretty prejudiced against some people. There's still a lot of racism, there's still a lot of discrimination, all of this. And this comes down to how the movie represents it through predator and prey. There's a point in the movie where this comes up and really is nailed in. And it does so in a nice way, not in a very over-the-top way, and a little bit of a subtle way, too. I like that, and I don't want to give any spoilers. Yeah, there's going to be no spoilers for this, so if you're hoping for that, well, go see the movie. You still got time. We see how Zootopia handles the gender roles, well, specifically with Judy, as she is a very small creature, and she's also, well, a lady. And you see that the cops are all big, burly men, we can't have a little girl, trying to get in our way, and she's not a little girl, she's like an adult, but, bunnies are small, so what can you do about that? And you have Nick Wilde's character, who's a con artist, and he's a fox, and yeah, you would expect all foxes are thieves, right? Haha, wrong, not all of them. There's a hashtag here, not all furries. Can I just say that I love Nick Wilde? I love the fact that he has this confident, cocky, smug smirk plastered on his face 24/7. And when it's not there, it shows him as more of a unique character. But when he has that smirk on, it's infectious, honestly. I know some people saying, "Oh, he's the new Robin Hood, he's gonna spawn a whole new generation of furries." Well, not exactly wrong. Maybe it's just me, but I find it amusing that on the furry side, I hear some people say, "Oh, Judy Hopps, she's the hottest bunny character ever. We've never had a bunny character like her before." Oh, you're so cute. What bugged me initially was how Judy's parents viewed what Judy could do for the future. She wants to be a cop, and yet her parents are telling her, "Oh no, dreams are just gonna let you down, you really shouldn't do that, you should be afraid to dream big, no, just stick to what you know." And I swear that sounded like something out of High School Musical, but regardless, I found it interesting that some parents want to just nail it down to their kids to not have an imagination, or not have a chance to really soar high, and you wonder why these kids today are just oh god, these kids today, these darn kids, No, it just reminds me because I think of so many kids that aren't imaginative and are just brooding and a little on the emo side and depressed because they were told at a young age not to dream big, or they were told at a young age "Oh, you're just going to be this, you're never going to be anything special." That's really harmful to a kid at a young age. That can be a little psychological, but I'm glad that Judy did not give up on that, and we see through her eyes how she's able to overcome that, overcome adversity, overcome all this prejudice. She breaks it down and does it so well, and it's not like a social justice warrior thing or self-righteous or anything like that. She just goes at it. She works hard to get where she is. Speaking of Nick and Judy, yeah, you'd think they would get shipped together and that they'd be a couple by the end of this. Nope. Good old platonic relationship, something we don't often see. You'd think that, like, with a male and a female lead that they'd end up together by, you know, some strange circumstance. Like, I honestly thought, watching this, oh, they're gonna end up together, aren't they? Haha, it's funny, predator and prey, you know, they're shacking up together. As I said, Nick and Judy bounce off of each other. They learn about each other, they learn about their backstories, learn about how compatible they really are. They're like two halves to one another, and that's what makes them not a good couple, but a great duo. And I would seriously love in the future if we get like a Zootopia TV series. Oh, the sky is the limit with these two. Kind of like how you look at Poe and Tigress, for example. Sure, they'd be cute, but you know what's better? That they're friends and that they develop off of one another. And Try Everything may or may not be stuck in my head, but you know what? It's a good song. As I said, it is great symbolism that you can always get right back up and keep going, etc., etc. You know, it's what you can expect with Disney, and I'm fine with that. But there were one or two things that irked me. For one, Chief Bogo, I thought he was way too much of a dick. I understand that he needed to be that authority figure and he needed to be that, you know, representation of, like, the prejudice and looking down, oh, you can't be this, oh, you have to be this and only this, da-da-da-da. It has to be, like, Judy's, like, greatest enemy to go up against. But it's still, he was really a big dick about it at some points. I'm not going to go into what points exactly, but there were just a few points in this movie where I'm just like, okay, you're being too much of a dick. And the only other thing that bugged me was with the twist and the villain. Not going to say anything on that either, but let's just say my feelings on that is that when it happened, I'm just like, oh, is the movie over already? Wait, we got like 40 minutes left in the movie. Like, what's going on here? After that, the movie kind of just stales itself out. You know, all the excitement kind of goes down the drain, and the rest of the movie, you're just like, wait, what? Oh, okay, all right, let's go with that. Sure, if you could have ended it there, but okay, here we go. It honestly did feel like the movie ended at one point, but they made up for it in the end, and I liked how they were able to do it. I can easily recommend Zootopia to you guys. I think you all are going to really enjoy it. I think the movie's central message against prejudice, racism, all this other stuff, I think it's great, and I think that now that we have it for our generation, hopefully we can get hammered into people's heads, because sadly, this is topical. It's still going on, and I really wish that it wasn't. But hey, Disney can come along and use, you know, furry animals to show that in a world like Zootopia, anything is possible. Alright, that nicely brings us to the end of this, so go ahead and leave in the comments what are your thoughts on Zootopia. Do you think there should be a TV series or another movie? Whatever you guys would like, and as always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, Twitter, Patreon, Tumblr, all that good stuff. With that being said, I am the Toon Critic, keeping you totally tuned for your entertainment. Stay awesome, and have a great day.